now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Okay, we're good. All right, so firstly, I wanted to give a shout out to, I don't know if you all, maybe you all did, but watched Brett Richardson's video that he posted today. It was awesome. I shared it. I know Trey shared it. A bunch of people shared it, and it was like the epitome of what we do as coaches, and it was just awesome. I was crying. I was like, oh my God, it's so awesome. So if you guys have a chance to watch that, it's like 3.5 minutes long, but he basically battled for a year or so trying to lose weight, and he was on blood pressure meds and stuff, and Beachbody fixed everything in 4 months. So that's a really cool video, and if you want to share it, hi Angela. If you want to share it, it basically, it's like his testimonial for all of us to use. So that I just wanted to add in there because that was really awesome today. Success Club, Brittany, Angela, Jesse, Maggie, as far as my back office shows, I don't know if that's like up to date, but you guys all hit Success Club this month.
I'm there? My points are there?
Yes, 6 of them.
I got 4 more coming, I hope.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. So your 6 are showing. And
yeah.
You have 9, and so does Jesse, and Maggie is showing 8. The current promotions are Brazilian Butt Lift Challenge Pack is on sale for $140 this month. The T25 is on sale for $180. And if you go to coachfaq.com, it has, if you search like 21-day fix back order, it'll tell you all the back order information of when somebody orders, when their card is charged, when it ships, when your points show up. So that's really helpful to know if you have people that are ordering the 21-day fix challenge pack, because the back order is obnoxious. So to keep some sanity, you can at least kind of figure out what's going on with your orders. If you're not on the wait list for Cancun, get on it now. It goes based on Success Club points. So the more Success Club points you have, the higher up the list you go. And Trey and I both know that you can get on the list pretty late and still go on the Success Club trip, because we both did it last year, but it makes you sweat some bullets because you're not sure if you're going to actually get off the list. So the earlier, the better. Summit's coming up. If you're planning on going to Summit, I would recommend getting a plane ticket soon, because they're only going to be more expensive. And I think the MGM coach rooms are sold out.
Amanda.
Yes.
I love calls with you because Maverick is always like doing something.
Yeah. He's sniffing my plate centerpiece things for the wedding. He's always making a cameo. The other thing, Maverick, really? The Platinum Edge, they released the dates. It's going to be the 7th through the 9th of November. That's in Dallas. It's at the Gaylord Texan, and it's like a little mini summit for just Platinum Presenters downline, which is up to 75,000 coaches, which is... Trey and I went to Dallas in November, and she had just hit 60,000. So 25,000 more coaches signed up in our network since November, which is killer. But that was awesome. It was really intimate. They're only selling 1,000 tickets. Summit had like 8,000 coaches there. So it's a fraction of the amount of people. It's a lot more intimate setting. It's the same type of events there. So if you can't go to Summit, I would highly recommend going to Dallas, because that is going to be awesome. So that is all of my little housekeeping things for the week. So this call, I really wanted to talk to you guys about how to stand out and succeed as a new or semi-new entrepreneur. I went to the entrepreneur weekend at Colgate on Friday, and the people that were there were Tony Bates. He's the vice president of Skype. A guy named Brian Chesty, who is actually from Albany, and he is the CEO of a company called Air Bed and Breakfast, which basically he told us that he made this business. It's huge now. It's absolutely huge. I had never heard of it, but that doesn't mean it's not huge. He basically moved to California and he couldn't afford his apartment. So there was a conference coming up, like that was really big that a lot of people were coming to. So he set up air mattresses in his apartment and sold them for people to sleep on, and that's how he started his business. So now he basically like rents out rooms in people's homes in Brooklyn, and it's huge. Instead of people using hotels, they use other people's homes to stay there. So his company is huge. He's like my age. He's 28 or 29. We graduated roughly the same time. He's multi-bajillionaire. He's making so much money. Ashton Kutcher was there. Most people don't think of him as an entrepreneur, but he said that he basically went outside the box for everything. He was one of the top 100 most influential people in 2010. And now he said he went from a college dropout to a male model to an actor to a director, and now he's a tech investor. So he invests in a lot of these companies, the other people that were there. Dan Rosensweig was there. He's the CEO of Yahoo. And another guy named John, I can't read my chicken scratch, John someone, he's the CEO of eBay. So these were huge name people, like huge people that were in Hamilton, New York, at Colgate, just giving out their information. So I'm going to share with you my chicken scratch notes that I tried to write down in the dark. So there are 5 takeaways here, and I'm just going to get right into them so that we can get off for 9:30 and get on the Platinum Presenters call. So the first one that they made a huge deal about was you have to create opportunities for yourself. So I kind of tried to tweak these around to fit what we do with Beachbody, because it all really spoke to me while I was there. So number 1, create opportunities for yourself. And that means that you need to expose yourself, put yourself out there, tell people what you're doing. You need to figure out your target market, and it's been said a lot, but I feel like it needs a lot of reiteration. If you try to sell to everybody, you're selling to nobody. So you need to really figure out who you're going to target. And that,
Amanda, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
How do you limit this to one specific group when Beachbody is so dynamic in what groups we're going for?
It is and it isn't. Like I personally, I would never turn somebody away who came to me, or somebody that I engaged with to join a challenge group. But most often, you're going to connect with people who are more like you. Like I don't have one male coach. Trey,
Okay.
we don't love you. But for me, I don't personally connect with men with this business.
Okay.
And I also don't really connect with men on the working out portion. I would love to run a Body Beast challenge group and have all bunch of guys in there and watch them kill it, but I don't have that connection with them. So for me, I am connecting with college grads, young professionals, a lot of single moms, a lot of people who are working strange hours, because I always work strange hours. So those are the type of people that I'm connecting with. And if you go through your list and you message every single person that you know, chances are the people that are going to buy stuff from you are the people that are most like you. So if you find your target market, you can hone in on those people and really make your challenges and your team fit that group of people. All right. The other thing was think outside the box. a lot of times, like, we look at what corporate gives us and we think, okay, we run a challenge group, we use the script, it's on Facebook, like, we do everything this way. You don't have to do everything the same way. You know, think abstractly and think outside the box. And then all of these other ideas will start coming to you when you start, like, I just was looking at a woman on Instagram who is a yoga person. She was like beach yoga girl or something. And I was looking at her stuff and I was like, oh, I could use some of that. So if you start like looking at different things, you'll start thinking outside the box and you'll be able to kind of find new ideas and new ways to do stuff that's not so cut and dry. That being said, and this kind of goes back to figuring out your target market, is you also need to figure out your niche. You know, what are you passionate about? It took me a really long time to figure this out because sometimes you may not think like, I'm not really awesome at something, or I'm not like, I'm just me. Like, I don't know what's so outstanding special about me that another person doesn't have. So really try to like think about all the hats that you wear and try to figure out like what's different about you. Like, we're all coaches. There's 160,000 of us. And why would somebody come to you instead of somebody else? We're all giving the same service. It's just dependent on who you connect with. I've been trying to play up the fact that I'm a nurse. Like, there's probably a decent amount of Beachbody coaches that are nurses, but it's not the normal. So just find something about you that's different than every other Beachbody coach. Take risks. Don't fit into the mold of everybody else. If you see all these people, all these successful and elite coaches, and you're like, oh, I want to do that and I want to do that. You have to figure out what you are going to be good at, not necessarily what everybody else is doing. And that falls right back into finding your niche. You have to figure out what's good for you. The other thing that really stood out during this portion of their talk was you need to have courage and conviction in order to succeed as an entrepreneur. You have to, no matter what field you're going in, what you're doing, what you're building, what you're inventing, you need to know that this is how you feel about this product. You are standing behind it 100%. You're not afraid to tell people about it, and you have really strong convictions for what you're doing. So that was kind of the last thing with creating opportunities for yourself that really stood out to me. Number 2 on the list is stop making excuses. Now, listening to the God above Ashton Kutcher tell me to stop making excuses really hit home to me. I was like, all right, I will stop. You tell me again. But so basically I came up with some stuff of what excuses we make as Beachbody coaches, and I'm to blame too. I'm not a good salesperson. I don't know enough people. I'm not fit enough, not at my goal weight. I'm too shy. I live in a small town. I don't have time. So those are all excuses that we've made, that we hear people make. And really, in order to move forward and be successful as an entrepreneur, which is what we all are, you have to check all of those excuses. And in order to succeed, we have to stop making excuses and just do the work that we know needs to be done, no matter what field you're in. And for us, that's working out, drinking our shake, doing personal development, and inviting people to join us as challengers and inviting people to join us as coaches. So that's our work. Our work is a list of names, and we all need to have a big list of names and constantly be working on it. I can't remember. I think it might have been, I didn't write down who said this quote, but it was really, really resonated. It might have been Ashton Kutcher. He said, I would rather bet on myself than bet on somebody else to bring me the life that I want. So for us, like, a lot of us have worked jobs where we get a job, we have a boss, you do the 9 to 5, you ask for vacation time, you do the whole thing. And really what we're working for is to be able to create a life for ourselves. And as entrepreneurs, that's a really special thing that Beachbody is allowing us to do without like building a huge company from the ground up like all of these people that I was listening to did. It's a lot easier for us. We have a $40 like startup fee. You can take life. Awesome. The third thing, what time is it? Oh, we're doing good. It's only been 15 minutes. Talking too fast. Let me slow down. Everybody take a drink break. All right. So they also talked about what a successful person looks like. And I recently saw, I don't know if you guys all follow Chelsea Pearson, but she made a post about how she always thought that success was a big salary, a fancy car, nice clothes, a big fancy title at a job, when really, for her, that's not what success really is. You know, success, and I think that most of you have the same feelings about this. Success is doing what you love, being able to wake up and help your coaches and help your challengers and, get on calls like this and just do what we love every day and not have to be a slave to whatever job we're working and ask for time off and wake up way before hours before we're ready. And work every other weekend if that's what you're doing. And successful people in this thing that I went to, they said, successful people have the willingness to overcome obstacles. So every successful person that you meet has been through some shit. Like, most of the time, successful people didn't have everything handed to them. And if they did, most times they don't always get success. Successful people have thick skin and they're persistent and they're tenacious and they just keep pushing forward no matter what anybody says, which goes back to having courage and conviction. So all of that rolls together. And then the big thing too is all successful people are hungry for knowledge. Every time they learn something, they want to learn more and more and more. And the more you know, the more you figure out you need to know more. So it's this rolling ball of, once you start learning about fitness and nutrition and weights and how to change your body and personal development and how to change your mind and change other people's minds and make everything right, it's like this big snowball effect, and you should always want more. And that's why the personal development part of this business is so important. Like, I didn't think it was for a really long time. I was like, it's just a book, whatever, it's fine. I have stacks and stacks of this bookshelf back here full of personal development books. And the more you do, it's like going off. What does my other notes say here? That being said, with all the knowledge, if you're that hungry for knowledge, I know Angela and I were talking about this yesterday. If you're so hungry to learn more, you're just gonna go out there and do it. If you are like, oh, I really want to make this group, and how should I plan it out? I don't have everybody's at work, nobody's answering me. I'm gonna go on Google, I'm gonna go on YouTube, I'm gonna look up videos, I'm gonna listen to all these calls and figure it all out. Because when you're that hungry to know the answers, you're gonna figure them out for yourself, because you're gonna go and you're gonna look and you're not gonna stop until you find the answer. And that's really important, especially as a newer coach, when there's all of this information, there's so much out there, And you just have to go and look for it. Go on YouTube, go on Google. That's when I don't know something, I don't call my coach, I just go on Google. She's busy. She didn't have time to answer my question. I just go on Google. I'm like, Google, blah, blah, blah. And somebody somewhere made a blog about your question. Somewhere. It's somewhere. And then you don't have to do the work. You just use it. Moving right along. I'm like sweating now. I'm getting like so worked up. I'm all sweaty. Maybe it's the wine. I don't know. Number 4 is an extension of number 3. The hunger for knowledge is still like, that was such a huge part of this seminar that I went to. And I remember them saying, there's people that learn and there's people that know. And people who know will always just know. And they made a reference to like how elderly people have a really hard time learning new technology because that's not how it always was. Like, no, you have to look, like, you have to read it and look at it, and you can figure out an iPhone. You just have to figure it out. And that just really stuck with me because it's so true. Like, when you know something, like when you know all the answers, you just always know all the answers. And when you're hungry for knowledge, you're gonna look around and you're gonna learn new stuff, and you're gonna realize you don't know shit. You don't know. That's what one of them said. He said, when you start learning stuff, he was like, I realize I don't know anything about what I do. I just figure it out as I go along. And I was like, that's pretty true. It's pretty accurate. And I feel like I always tell all of my new coaches, you don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to know how EFT works, and you don't have to know which leg to put people on, because you don't have people right now anyway. When you get to that point, we'll go over it together, and you'll learn and you'll figure it out as you go. And that's kind of how I learned. And that's how I am as a person anyway. I am not like a reader where I sit down and read all the directions. I skim the directions and I figure out what I need to know for that second. And then when it comes up, I figure it out. And that's kind of how Beachbody is. You just need to know how to talk to people and help them. And your passion will guide you. The next thing, this was a direct quote that I took down, and it really, especially recently where I'm kind of in limbo of I really, really, really want to quit my job, but I really, really shouldn't, because I should just do both for a while. But this quote, I don't remember who said it. I didn't write down any names, but there was all those people there. No one will ever care about your career more than you will. No boss, no mentor, no CEO of any company. Nobody will ever care about your career more than you care about it. So take an initiative to make it better, to make your career better, to do what you want with this business and bring yourself to where you want to be. If you just want your Shakeology paid for every month, grab 3 challengers and you're good to go. If you want to build this business where you're going to quit your job and fire your boss and do this full time, you're going to need a little more than 3 challengers. You're going to need to step it up a little bit. But you can do it. It's been done. There's how many people? 3 people that have replaced their full-time income on our team alone. And our team is young and small in comparison to all of the teams in Beachbody. And then, man, I did a really good job making all this stuff flow together while I was in my car today at lunch. Now that I'm reading my notes. So speaking of a team, I'm on number 5 now, and every single CEO and founder and VP at that seminar I was at said, you're never going to be successful by yourself. Every single company, every single Fortune 500 company that makes all this money, they have a team of people. They have a tech person, a CEO, like they have people who are good at 6 different things. And that's what we need to do as coaches who are building and being leaders. We need to find people who have the same vision as us, and they're like-minded, but they have different skill sets. So we need to have somebody who is like super excited and can get on a call and flail their arms around. Maybe I'm that person, and get everybody really excited. But we also need somebody to write that shit down and put it in a system so that we know what to do with it. Because that's where I fall short. I like am really good at getting you excited. Then I'm like, I forgot what we talked about. I have a note somewhere. So if we can all build teams of people who have similar goals and similar mindsets, but somebody's good at preaching, somebody's good at teaching, somebody's good at systems, somebody's good at editing YouTube videos, somebody's really good at marketing, somebody's really awesome at like rallying people together for an event. Like all of those things build an awesome team that all works together. And I feel like that's our whole goal, is for us all to work together and to do this together, but in our own little way with our own little flair. And that concludes my rant for the night. Does anybody have any questions? We have a couple of minutes before my cheapy free version of Zoom ends our call.
Good job.
Thank you. Oh, Joe brought the duck.
I swear to God, it's something different every single time. Stop it. I
It
give up.
really is. We Zoom like twice a week and it really
I give up. I don't even.
I love your husband. He's awesome.
Thank you. Awesome. Great. At least someone does.
Funny.
Wow.
Yeah, my husband is now jealous.
If anybody wants to get on the Platinum Presenters call, I'll jump in my email. It starts in 4 minutes, so
Yeah, how do you get on that?
a big pat on the back for not blabbing for way too long. I was scared this was gonna go over.
My husband said he would flex if you guys need it. Just
Sweet.
my beagle did make a appearance, but my husband said if he could flex, he will.
I did see the snoot come in make
Yeah.
it in. Yeah.
The snoot.
Oh, is that for Platinum Presenters, Trey? Sweet.
Wait, that was a snoot?
Oh yeah, good.
It starts in 5 minutes, and Christine Dwyer is actually the speaker this week. She only speaks once a month, so it's pretty sweet. Her topic is how to be successful before you had success, something of that nature. Something about success.
What did I get?
I don't know. So if you guys want to hop on that call, you don't have to talk or anything, and I'm pretty sure it's not video chatty like we are a close little family and have together. So they're always good. They're recorded too. If you can't get on live, if you're ready to go to bed, you can do the recording. And I'm gonna hope that this recording didn't go into space like my last one did, and then I can post it for everybody else. Fingers crossed, because that's what happened last time. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for getting on tonight.
Bye.